Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Agencies Talk. This is Digital Marketer's weekly talk show where we sit down with industry experts and agency professionals. Today's guest is Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy. Norm is a serial entrepreneur who provides online marketing and managed e-commerce solutions for brands. He has worked with Fortune 500 companies such as Coca-Cola, Mercedes-Benz, and 20th Century Fox. Since the early 1990s, Norm has focused on helping entrepreneurs optimize their operations and unlock the full potential of their businesses. Today, we'll be focusing on the importance of optimizing Amazon listings to improve visibility and sales. As a reminder, if you're able to, please turn on your cameras so we can see your smiling faces. As a reminder, have fun and engage in the chats. And if you do have any questions, please put those in the Q&A tool down at the bottom so we can make sure to get those answered for you. As always, we're joined by Mark de Grasse, President of Digital Marketer and host for today's Agencies Talk. So without further ado, Mark, please take it away.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Always excited for, this Friday meeting because it's like, oh my gosh, Friday afternoons are basically useless anyway. So it's like the end of the week. And I get to see all you smiling people. It's fantastic. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Norm. I'm super excited to talk some Amazon today. How you doing?
Yeah. That's awesome. And I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So are you just super slammed right now with Amazon prep? I imagine you have a lot of products coming out, and what are you up to?
Well, like every year, and it starts about a month ago, everybody who realizes that they didn't do things properly coming up to fourth quarter is now trying to do things properly, and it always screws up. So, there are some actually, one of the things that we're working on right now is pre-Black Friday sales. So, mark down something an extra 5 points to try to plateau those sales going into Black Friday. So that's what we're busy with.
Oh man, that's got to be a big job. I actually just you saying that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when Black Friday didn't exist because it's actually a new invention where I'm guessing marketers got together and were like, how do we make up for all the shortfalls this year? And they're like, okay, well, we have Christmas, but what if we could do one more thing? They came up with Black Friday.
Look what Walmart's doing. Walmart started their Black Friday month about 10 days ago.
Friday month.
Yeah. So, we've been doing some promotions there too, but it started, I think, the first week of November.
Oh yeah. If that, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, all right, end of summer / Black Friday season. It's like, okay, guys, the whole point of this was to, boost sales on specific items. I mean, the doorbuster deal, that was the original kind of idea of Black Friday. So in that sense, what's the typical like Black Friday deals you're seeing that have been effective or that you think will be effective this year?
Well, there's really a few different ways that people are doing this up. The first one is they're not doing anything. They know that there's going to be extra traffic and they'll do something just because of the traffic. And some people, and I'm not kidding, some people shut off all their PPC. So there's no PPC. Well, there's a strategy here. There's no PPC. Some people just shut it right off and they just get the extra bits and pieces, which obviously doesn't work. It works. You'll see a little bump. But a smart strategy for PPC and what we try to implement is we do a waterfall. We call it the waterfall. We do very high bids at the beginning. So we don't want your business. We start to bid lower, about a third away or 2/3 in. And then when everybody's inventory is eaten up, that's when we start bidding more aggressively. And I did that in reverse. Very low bids, medium bids, and then very high bids to get those extra sales. And we found that that's worked, pretty good for Black Friday. The other thing that people are not doing, and influencer marketing is going to really make things happen for this year. I have seen such an increase, not only in just influencers in general. So, my son, Kelsey. So he started to do a little bit of influencing, and he put out one video just for Walmart the other day, 115,000 views just within, and that's the first time. Like last year, you would got 0 views, and he ended up with 115,000. I think it's 140 today. And then he did another one for Amazon, and it ended up being 500,000. So it's incredible the deals that you have, and especially if you have a good product. If you've got something that's over 4.4, so you're going to show up as a 4.5 star or higher, and you have a good price, it's a great way to really start to get those sales. Now, here's a tip. When you look at anything Amazon has 3 tiers of pricing. Nobody talks about this, but they really do. I think I've talked to you about this before, Mark, with the Dead Sea mud. There's and you can go to Amazon right now and check this out. You can go and get 8 to 16 ounces of Dead Sea mud for $7 to $16. It's ridiculous, or even $20. So all that is product cannibalization. Nobody wins. It's just volume, and you think you're making money, but it's usually new sellers or people that can afford, manufacturers maybe, but it doesn't make sense. The second tier, it comes out around, it comes out at, I think it was 40. No, it came out at $34 to around the $50 range. And that's where the average seller goes once they get a little bit of experience. But you'll notice that perceived value is a lot higher, and it's still 8 to 16 ounces. At the top tier, you're getting $79 to $99, and the biggest seller is 3.5 ounces. Now, it's Dead Sea mud. It's from the Dead Sea, and it's mud. It's just packaged nicer. And so here's the tip. You go out there with your pricing strategy, depending on what tier you want. Most people want to go out in top tier, but they don't have the packaging or the perception. But if you do, you get a coupon or you create a sale that brings that high perceived value down into the higher second tier. Now, psychology is going to say that, wow, I'm getting a $20 coupon, and you're still making a killing. And people think, well, the second tier, but I'm getting a first tier product. So that's one of the ways that you can do, like work with Black Friday. But there's so many other things. Like right now, I haven't talked to you about this, but I have a feeling that you're gonna, like, you drool when you hear this. Newsletters. Newsletters is like the new buzzword, right? And for a brand, if you have a newsletter, so we have 2 brands, and these are one brand that I'm involved with, the other brand I work with. They have 750,000 people that they email a bloody cat cartoon every day. Now, every day they have 750,000 people, and they'll complain if they don't get the cartoon. So how easy is it to convert them into a brand, not a brand ambassador, but somebody who just is passionate about this cat? And it is a popular cat. It is the number 2 downloaded GIF in the world. It's Milton the cat, and you've absolutely seen Milton. You can,
I've seen it.
Yeah, so this is Milton, and everybody loves him. And all you need to do is convert that over to an email that's going to blast out, or give away something, give away something very simple, because you're not going to get an email for a newsletter if you're just asking somebody for their email address, because everybody hates doing that. So they've got to give up their email address for something. That's another way for brands to get the word out. The other one, the pet company that I'm involved with, we've got over 300,000 emails, and we do a regular email promoting, but we haven't converted it to value. So now with newsletters, if you do it properly, and it's just not another newsletter that sucks, but it's actually a good newsletter, you can add value. You can bring in more affiliate items. You can have your own promotions, and people want it. They love it, as long as you give that value. And that's what we're doing now with the other pet product.
That's fantastic. Well, you touched on like 50 points there, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to remember and go through them. Number one, let's talk about that influencer video that your son made that got 115 and then 500,000 views. What was the kind of, I mean, what did he do? Did
Oh,
you
it's
guys
so
have a
crazy.
format, or did he just talk about a product?
Yeah. So when you're talking about influencers, all sorts of different types. So he is involved with the Amazon influencer program. He got accepted into the Walmart Associates program. But the type of video that is killing it for him is, and I don't know if you can share a screen, but it's so simple. He does a green screen. He goes out and he finds Walmart products that are 4.4 star rating or higher, and that he kind of creates a theme. So it might be computer products, phone products, whatever type of product, stuffed animals products. But then he just shows it in the background. He talks a bit. He does his thing. It's kind of quirky, but he just talks about it without owning the product. So the seller doesn't even have to send him the product. And that's important, because a lot of times when you're doing influencing for a product, you've got to make arrangements. You got to send it out. Now, the only time that really makes sense is if the influencer is doing a contest for you. And, oh, we're giving away 10 of these, click the link below to enter. But for most of the style, he'll either just do a very simple background. And again, it's fun. It's interesting. He gets people's attention, and he shows them how to incorporate the coupon, which then starts his affiliate commission. And that's our number one way of doing things. We were doing it where, we'd hold up this mug and we talk about the mug, and, never got near the traffic. And then the other style to this is really sitting down and doing a formal background. But still, you got to have, that you've got to have some personality. And, that's one thing I can tell people is that I've seen so many sellers screw up when they're trying to find an influencer. First, they're sending out a form letter, and, sometimes it's even got other people's names in it. But you've got to personalize it. You've got to see the influencer that has your company or your brand's personality. If you don't, then it's not going to work out. Then there's the person that wants it done for nothing, and oh, I want it done for free, but you get the product. Oh, that excites me. Yeah, give me that that $10 coffee koozie. I'm happy about that. I'll spend all my day doing a video for you. But and then people don't understand when and where they can use the influencer products. So most of the time it's on the channel, so TikTok, or it could be on Reels, it could be wherever it is. But you have to sign, you have to allow, like in the contract, you have to make sure that you're allowed to use it on YouTube or wherever you want, and that the influencer is allowing you to do it. So I see that a lot of people, a lot of time, it's not done like with malice. It's just done because of they don't understand what the deal is. So that's part on the influencer, that's part on the seller. But if you do that, it could be like a really great marriage. And then the last part to this is you can reach out and you can have a sponsored video done where they can do, a lot of influencers will group them together into a like computer accessory, camera accessory, podcast accessories. But brands, we're just doing this right now with one of the brands that I manage. I said, Kelsey, you got to talk to this guy, and he's doing a whole spotlight on all of his products. So, and he's getting paid a different scale for that.
Okay, so somebody actually reached out to your son and said, "Hey, we want you to promote that," or he just used the affiliate program and just selected products that he would be popular?
He is a low micro influencer, not a nano, but he's a micro influencer. And he gets approximately 15 to 20 emails a week.
Wow, just for people requesting him to promote the product.
Yeah.
Wow.
In terms of let's
talk about micro micro versus nano? Like what's a micro? Is it like 10,000 followers or
10,000 to 100,000. Nano
10,000?
is
Okay.
like 1
Under 10.
to 10,000. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. And you know what? The conversion rate on 1 is pretty good because it's usually your wife or your kid.
Buy this thing I'm selling.
Yeah, it's excellent. I'm telling you. But
so does he have like I mean, just in terms of whom getting contact is, because he has a specialty, and so people know like, oh, he's the electronics guy, and so I'm going to go to him for that.
He went very broad.
It's just,
and that's dangerous. Again, I think his personality, a little bit quirky but knowledgeable, allows him to do that. But specialists, absolutely. If you're a pet person, you know, or if you're into beauty, it works really well. I did one. This is hilarious. I did one on makeup. So a brand wanted me to, you know, to do. So here's this long bearded, bald guy who drives a Harley, doing makeup. And it was my best. Like I had more sales and more views from that than any of the other ones. I dabble in it, but I don't do like, I just have no time. So Kelsey's doing it. But again, overall, you'll see that when you go to the channel, like to any influencer's channel. But one of the things that you can do is start off with a hashtag of whatever your product is. So if you're selling dog beds or if you're selling anything, just start looking at it that way. Even in Google, even in YouTube, you start looking through hashtags.
Well, I think that's, I mean, I've always been interested in how you do the influencer thing, because it's like, oh yeah, I casually got like 1 million hits on my makeup video and I'm a Harley guy.
Yeah.
But let's combine the kind of Black Friday concept with the influencer. Let's say that you have a brand, they want to make a big Black Friday push. They want to use influencers to push the sale. How would you recommend a brand kind of find the right influencers and then manage that? Like, how many would they need? I know it's all objective based, but just say, you know, $1 million company wants to run a, I don't know, $50,000 ad campaign to boost their Black Friday.
So this is really
10,000, not 50,000 a lot.
Whatever we want, but we wish it was 50. So one of the things that we have to add into this is a lot of Amazon sellers don't realize the importance of a video, and there's still the high majority that don't put videos into their slide deck. So when the slide deck allows you to see 7, but allows up to 9 images. So if you click on the image, you'll see the actual slide deck pop up and you'll see all 9. However, on the 7th slot, so the very bottom slot, you're allowed to put in a video. And unless you put in the video, your product listing cannot be or not take part in the Amazon Influencer Program. So the Amazon Influencer Program, when you go over to Amazon and you or a seller sees, oh, I got sales, I don't need influencers. Why do I need them? Because they're driving extra traffic. So if they went over to an influencer's shop, okay, so they've registered and they start doing wish lists, they start doing they could be doing it on websites and driving it like just affiliate programs. They could be doing videos live like Amazon Live and driving traffic that way. But the other way is through a shoppable video. So you do a shoppable video. So if you think, I usually take a look at $100 products and more. And if I spend time doing this right here, this is one of that I did. This is a monitor, a portable monitor that was sent to me. So I did something on that. And I did 3 videos and they were all in my shop. And if you have the video on your product listing, then the algorithm will pick the most relevant influencer to go into your listing. So when you click the video, you'll see like up to 6 in your regular slot. Then you can have, I think it's 6 now, influencers. It used to be 3. And then you can see all your videos from your reviews. So you're getting extra traffic from those people that just went out and bought. This was sent to me, but if I bought the product or if I thought it was a really cool product and I just shot it, then you could get extra sales. So here's an example. We did a video once for an espresso company. And so while we were doing it, we needed an espresso machine. I actually went out and bought an espresso machine. I didn't have one. So now it sits on my desk over there and I have my espresso each morning, which is great. But I did a shoppable video on the espresso machine that I made. And in the first week, I sold 71 espresso machines for that company. They would never have got those sales because it was in my shop. People saw it. I did it on Amazon Live and I did a shoppable video and I got 71 sales for that company.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Now, well, I always go back to, the content for it. So you're talking about this, you use that screen, for example. Would you just be like just like this on a Zoom call and you're like, oh, this monitor's great, these connectors, the screen's clear. Is it just basically like a user describing the product itself and why they like it?
No, it depends on the channel. So you can go out and almost any social platform, you can create an influencer or these shoppable videos. You've probably seen them all over the place. TikTok is probably the main, but YouTube is awesome right now because they're paying such a high commission when you sell a product. It's really great. But YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or a regular website. So you could go and I own bullystick.club. I own Natural Beauty. I have all these .clubs, and you could just take my wish list that I added in the influencer program or in the Amazon influencer program, add them there. But let's say I'm doing a dog bed. Why don't I put in 5 other competitors there, and then I can review them. And then I can drive traffic to that site. And, that's the one way. And then the obvious way is, on TikTok, there's a very specific style for TikTok, which does work. All you have to do is take off the watermark, and then you can use it for, you could use it for Reels. You could use it for pretty much any other type of video, including YouTube. Or what you can do with that is when you're doing the TikTok video, what I do is I go to ChatGPT and I punch in the information from Amazon. I said, please give it a summary. And I say, please, I talk very politely to my chat. And I say, thank you, because I'm Canadian, but for anything, but I get it to summarize for me. And then I say, okay, act as a Amazon influencer and write me 3 15-minute scripts or 15-second scripts for take the same information, extend it out to a minute and I get all these scripts done for me. And all I have to do is sit here, got a teleprompter there, look at it, and just start talking. Now TikTok is a little bit different, so I have my stand over here for my phone, and I can play around with it. I can close up, just do a few fun different things. But I can still get those turned out like that. And then it's actually better to upload, do it in TikTok and do it in TikTok and do all your editing in TikTok rather than uploading. I feel you get more promotion that way.
Yeah, you get like the native boost for using their apps and their whatever. Yeah. Actually, if you want to, could you share your screen and just walk us through one? Because even we create content all the time, but this is sure. Different. I think is doing the seller videos or the shopping videos and all those. Sure. Different
I'll
things.
show you.
Let's use the Amazon platform itself. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just log in. I'll get into my.
Because I think, for you do this all the time and you're like, oh yeah, you just throw up a review video. I'm like, what's inside the video? Yeah. Because I tend to overthink it massively where I'm like, okay, you need the hook and then you need the summary and you state the problem and the solution. And it doesn't sound like that at all.
In fact, if you do something like that, a lot of times you'll get declined.
Oh, wow. It's because it's too commercial. They want the genuine.
And the other part to this, so it's so important. So anybody who's planning to become an Amazon influencer, here's the process. Become an associate. So you have to have a fairly good social media following. If you don't, buy one. Simple. Go to Flippa, buy one. And then you get approved. Once you're approved, then you sign into the Amazon affiliate or Amazon influencer program. You show the sites that you have, and then they approve you. That it's a little bit trickier now, but this is the part that gets a lot of people. There's an area. It's your on-site area. So there's 2 accounts that you'll get. Sounds confusing. It is. I don't know why they set it up this way, but on your top of your screen, top right of your screen, when you log in, let me just see if I can just show you right now. Okay. All right. So right here, I'll show you my page. Now I can log in. Yeah, no, I'm old. I'm slow.
No. I mean, like, you're capable of sharing.
There we go. All right. So you see this? This is our Amazon page. So if you went to amazon.shop.normfarrar, you'd see this. So we upload, there is another area in my account that allows me to upload these videos, but this is what the videos look like. And these are my Amazon, I think these are my Amazon lives right here. The last ones that I did, here are my live streams. And so during the live stream, I did a vacuum, I did some coffee. What was this? Oh, a changing table, wallets. And then you can see these are all the live streams we've done over the last little while. And
was that a Starbucks gift card?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could do a live stream just about Starbucks gift card.
Hey, look, I am cheap and easy. I'll sell anything. So,
oh no, well, I'm just like, it's incredible that that's all you have to do. It can be about gift
all right.
cards.
So let's take a look at this one. So we had a little music. So
well, after this one, I want to see the most mundane thing you made a video about.
Okay, so this one, we like to play around. And so this is another influencer who I brought in, and it was called Stump the Old Guy. So she brought me in 4 or 5 products, and I had to guess what they were, and I got them all wrong. But we do this sometimes for fun. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, I'll have to do the, actually, you need to share your audio too. They don't make it easy.
Oh, it's not shared?
Yeah, I think it's advanced sharing options.
Oh.
No, that's not it.
Live, share screen. I don't see anything about audio. Let me
I keep forgetting. I think it's under mute audio settings.
Oh, I wonder if, do you have to allow me? I'm looking under the 3
No, I should
dots.
just allow it.
Card, enable, float.
Actually,
share,
the moment when you
share
share your screen,
sound.
you've got the option.
Share computer sound. Here we go. And now I got it.
There we go. Okay.
This enter your password to allow. Okay, so this is my computer password. Oh, are you kidding me? It must be the Zoom password.
Oh wait, I'm excited to see your video. So I'm like,
please. Oh, restart your audio sharing application. Oh my God.
it's fine. I would just play the video and you could just walk us through kind of how it went.
So here we go. So I'm asking her some questions. I get to ask her questions about the product that she's selling. I don't see this, but here are the products that she had. So she had a portable blanket, and she was giving me clues. She gave me this picnic basket thingy. That's a technical word. And then it was a clothing rack, and she gave me some really cool USB wire lamps. But anyways, these are just a few products that she brought on. And then we had this really just casual conversation. And I'll just show you the video. So all she's doing is describing everything. So during this show, we had about 300 people watching, and I know that bag off of the show, which was only like this is live, sold 19 off of this live.
Incredible.
And then what happens?
All you did was talk about it.
Yeah. And then what happens is that this can go into our archive like this here. And like this is one that I am not a macro influencer. I am, they call it an insider. I'm in the second level I'm not an A-lister, so I don't have 2,000 followers. I have like well under that, around 1,000-ish. And I have to get to 1,000, and I have to sell like $5,000 at any given time. So within a 30-day period, I think. So anyways, I'm not there. I just play around with this. But that being said, this vacuum right here, they paid us around $1,500 to do that, to talk about them. And that's great. Like as for an influencer, and all we did, we had a challenge. So my son, at the beginning of every year, gives me a challenge. Now it could, be learn how to become a commercial fisherman. And usually it's tech, but in this case, he said, he says, you're an Amazon influencer, but to sellers, why don't you try to become a buyer, like an influencer? And like, I got 0 followers on that side of it. And I said, okay, what do I have to do? He says, get to 100,000 in a year. So December's coming up, and I pretty much pulled back around 4 or 5 months ago, but I think we've probably got 40 or 50,000 followers between us. So and if we did this full time, if you want to be an influencer, you can make some good coin. Really.
Well, let's go over the vacuum. I'm still on. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So
like I want to see what's in the video.
Let me see today. Let me see where I'm talking about the.
So they send you the product. You basically made a ChatGPT script and then kind of riffed off of the script.
Well, I have the question. What I did for lives, because there's a Sephora one. I sell anything, but what I do for lives is I take the information from the website, or either from the website or from the Amazon listing, and I ask it. So I pump in all the guidelines for becoming an Amazon influencer. What makes a good Amazon influencer? So while I'm in the chat, I'm asking it all these questions. And finally, the questions are, what would be the top 10 to 15 questions, acting as an Amazon influencer, going on Amazon Live? And it'll give me these questions, and then I just refine them. So when I have a script, I usually just have a blackboard, or I use that monitor. I put it right beside me. And when I'm talking, I can just take a look at the script and I repeat it. And we know that the cycle is around 4 to 8 minutes that people will stay on a live. So I'll go through it very quickly, and then I'll come back and I'll repeat these questions again. And it would only be, say out of 10 to 15 questions, I really might go through 4, just quick.
So and this is not necessarily a product that you've used before. It's really just like, hey, okay, you used them all, and you say, okay, you use the makeup, and
the way that I kind of stand out is I vet them, and what we do is we create I just say, look, I've been in the branding industry for over 30 years. What I'm going to bring to you are great products, awesome products. They're going to answer 4 questions. First of all, what was what's the branding like? What was the packaging like? Is it a great product? and what was the overall customer experience. And if I like it, you're going to like it. So
simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
And then you just kind of go through it. And so, so with the live is basically going through several, or you do, have some interview person on to have you guess the products. And then for the other one, so I'm guessing you make at least a video a day, right?
Well, when I was doing this on a regular basis, like right now, I have this area here. I have my desk over here. I have the man cave over there and the podcast studio in the back. And the podcast studio is filled. The garage is probably a quarter filled. We've got about 350 products here that people have sent. And so this is what was great, is that when Kelsey discovered this other way of selling, it's super because I don't have to physically have the product. But for these type of videos, I still need them. But the TikTok style of video can still be used on the Amazon listing. So I'll show you what the other style is. This is the shoppable video. Let me go back over here. Oops. Okay, here we go. These are the lives. Okay. Okay, so these are live stream. These are videos. Okay, so these are, and I'm telling you what I do with mine is all I try to do. My thing is nobody sees my face. They see a black background. I go to my podcast room. They see a beard, and all I'm doing is pointing. And if they do see my face, I put one of those red light toner masks on and start talking. So let me just see. So we put a thumbnail on there just to make it look nice.
Well, some are super short. So some are like 15 seconds.
So the reason for that is it's based on, so part of the criteria is how long people will watch. So if I do a 30 or 45 second video and they watch 12 seconds, that's going to be a lot better than if I have a 1.5 minute video and they watch 12 seconds. So I'll climb the ranking a lot faster, and then it'll be based on relevance. But let me just see. Okay, so here is the vacuum. Oh, that was a live thing. So all it's doing in this one is
maybe just something. Yeah,
it's just talking about the power modes. There's 3 different power modes, and this is what it does. And I'm telling them that on my carpet, I was surprised that I could just use the normal mode, but they do have a power mode, more powerful mode, and most powerful. So that's not a good one because that's not my podcast room. Let's see.
Well, let's go with one that sold a bunch when it was posted. Because essentially what this does is you review it, and then does it end up on the product page? And that's what actually generates the views and the sales?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This one here, if I can find it. Okay, this here is a water hydrogenator. Like, what the hell is that? I had no idea. They sent it to me, and it was very expensive. It was like $300. And what does it do? The first thing was, it was so cool because it lit up, it did this vortex. But then I started reading about it, and it actually did something. And so, number one, it injected or infused oxygen into the water in the one cycle. And when you had the one cycle on, it was called the, I think it was a vortex cycle, something like that. It took the impurities out of the water. So you had no taste in the water. It had a filter, and it filtered it all out. That took a few minutes to do, but it had this light show going on. It was pretty cool. And then after that, for 10 minutes, there was 2 modes, but it injected or infused hydrogen into it. And their claim is that by doing this, 1 pitcher is equal to eating for antioxidants. It was like 150 apples and X number of oranges. And so it was pretty cool. So here's one. See, this is before I moved the stuff into my podcast room.
So basically looking at the product and then you're describing.
There.
Oh, there you go. Then you turn it on.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing is really just you describing your experience, just like you did to us right now.
And they don't have to be professional. In fact, it's probably better.
It shouldn't be professional.
Yeah. It's just some.
So no cuts, just.
Yeah, if you make a mistake, you just go. So that one video made us. So with this one, we make the video. We don't charge anything. Okay. At that time, it's completely different for this program. What we do is we'll make a video, we'll go live with the video, and then we make 10% of the sales. So far off of that, we've made $5,800.
10% of sales. That's solid.
So they made,
do anything though.
And they made $58,000.
Wow.
So well worth it for them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly show you the other style.
And so you said you do the lives, you do the kind of one-off product reviews. Is this all, I mean, for you, let's talk about like if you are being an influencer as your job, you would do this essentially just every day. You do a live every day.
This is a full-time job. You do this and you're in a year making, you could be making $10,000 a month, $30,000 a month. It really becomes, once you get the following, you can go and get sponsorship. So Kelsey got a sponsorship for a vacuum. He got something from Costco. So they actually reach out and they say, hey, we have this special coming up. We have a friend that makes about $125,000 a month. And she's got a really good following, but she no longer has products sent to her. Sponsorships are coming to her, like Panera Bread, McDonald's, all these different outlets, and she just does, she does probably 10 or 15 of these a day, and she's killing it. She last time I talked to her, she made $125,000 that month.
Well, so for like Panera Bread, because it's like, okay, does she go to Panera Bread and talk about what's on the menu, or I can't even like visualize like what she could do to impact that much.
Okay, so here's Kels. He has 11,000 followers. Not big. Okay, he started 3 months ago.
That's good. That's good growth.
There we go. Okay, so I'm browsing as a guest. So he did this yesterday, 10,000. Let me see his. There's Walmart, 155,000.
Top 5. Yeah. Okay. So let's play that one because you described this earlier. Where so he uses the green screen, and then he just mentions deals.
Yep. So he's talking about early access, where to click.
I feel like every strategy I've ever seen is overthinking the process.
It's just so crazy. And so here's the, let's see, what was the one? So here's one I haven't even seen yet. 5 early Black Friday.
I have Black Friday deals and Amazon with mine. And so these he found, or these are related to his sponsors?
And you know what, Mark? This has, we talk about this a lot, and that's building a community. So building that community, in fact, even building a newsletter for that would be killer. But he has conversations like throughout the day. He'll get, it could be 100 people commenting on something. It could be 10. It could be 300, depending on how many. And he responds. And he's gotten to know probably, I don't know, 50 people. And so now they're taking the information and sharing it. So it's everything that we do as a brand. So he's branding himself. He's creating a personal brand, and no different than what you would do on Amazon. Like on Amazon right now, it's so important to have that brand and have that width of a brand. So you're going, for him, it's going across many social media platforms, but for a brand, it might be on Amazon. It might not only be Amazon that you're thinking about as omni-channel, and then the width of your brand, like a knife company. You might start off with a knife, but you have to have a series of different other follow-up items or kitchen utensils that'll complement that brand. So
if somebody, let's just say somebody wants to be an Amazon influencer. They have a decent following, maybe even a micro following, but is the strategy just to start making videos with whatever products you have and talk about them?
There's a variety of things that you can do. This is what we did. We went around our house. I shot I have a Sony ZV camera. I have a teleprompter. I have a Mac Pro. I have this light tent over here. I've got 2 Mevo cameras. I've got this Shure mic. I've got and so we started going around to everything. Our best seller, without buying anything, was we've got a Samsung. It's a large screen TV. It's an expensive TV. We shot it. We put it up, and we sold, I think over a period of time, probably about 10 of them. And we make 4% on it. So it's not like it's huge money, but if you're starting out and you don't have the capital to go out and, buy things, everybody buys on Amazon. Everybody. Yeah. So take a bloody picture and either, promote it. And like, once you're in the Amazon market, do a 30-second, 45-second video, and you'll never know if it shows up and people start buying it either on the listing or from your page, you're making 4 points. And now we're converting so well that they've given us a 8%. So 4%, 100% increase.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's great when that happens, but you also have to know about, expansion, multi-channel. So for sure, 100%, our best channel is TikTok. We kill it on TikTok. And, when you do that, or when you're doing YouTube, or the websites, these are all things you have to take in consideration.
Wow. Well, it sounds pretty easy. You go around your house, figure out something you bought from Amazon, shoot 15 seconds to a minute video, and then upload it to
the other people that are influencers that are killing it. This is beyond killing it. And I don't know when this is going to plateau, but TikTok Shop. If influencers are on TikTok Shop, they're probably tripling, quadrupling what they're making anywhere else. Yeah.
It makes sense, because I think for everybody today, they want the genuine. They don't care, about the $1 billion brand that has the perfect commercial and whatever, because they're not going to believe what they're saying anyways.
Yeah.
But
what sucks?
You have to rely on that.
Is like I've spent and I think it's gonna. I don't know when. I used to say nobody can compete with Walmart, and I was so wrong. But now I'm saying nobody can compete with Amazon, and I will be wrong. But what we've seen is eBay dropped into third position when Walmart took it over. Walmart's being very aggressive, and things that the things that they're doing, like expanding Black Friday, coming out with search engine optimizer for the brand. So you can go in there and you can actually see what you can do to help optimize your listing. It's called there's a listing quality score, but they've actually come out with a search engine tool that will help you with ranking. But there's a high probability. And what sucks about this is I've spent so much time with Walmart and I really like the platform. However, TikTok Shop is going to take that over. I think that's my opinion. And I think it's going to happen fairly quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But I mean, really, as a creator, you could go on any platform you want, use them all, be wrong, and it just doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you're just going to go where the money's at, right?
Yeah, but you know what sucks for the seller is that they don't know. So they hear, they're watching TV and it's just like SEO. People are still going to link farms because, it happened. People are doing old SEO, and that gives SEO, like anybody in SEO, a bad name because 95% are doing it wrong. And that's the same thing here. You get influencers and you hear about it, but you're on the coattails of the old. You're not staying up to date with the new. And that's why an agency comes into play. If it's a good agency, they should know what's current and where you're going to get the best ROI. And if somebody's trying to do it themselves, and if they want to save money, there's good money and there's spending bad money. And you're definitely on the bad money side.
Well, want to be on the good money side.
You do. I'm talking about individual sellers, or you're an agency that doesn't keep up to date, then, that's not good.
Well, I actually made a good point. What I love most of it is the fact that Norm is the complete opposite of the TikTok standard target group, and it works. I completely agree with that because, everybody's on TikTok. Everybody thinks it's just like a Gen Z and younger thing, but I use TikTok almost more than any app other than YouTube, just because I stream music constantly from YouTube. But yeah, TikTok, if I want to enjoy social media, that's where I go. And actually, it's probably the only platform where I bought stuff that I had no intention of buying, but saw somebody's video and was like, oh, yeah. Like I bought the Zoc. It's like this, supposed to be a headache cure. It's called the Zoc, and it's a headache cure that's essentially just this little pipe thing that you put in your ear, and it's supposed to kind of release air within your ear canal, and then your headache goes away, like the pressure's gone. And I never would have bought that because I had no idea what it is. But that's all it took was seeing a couple of videos.
So I guess you could just, get a straw, stick it in your ear, and have your wife blow into it. That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, this is probably a medical device. I'm going to go with anything that has to do with sticking things in my head. I usually default to some kind of EPA approved or FDA approved. Not that means much anymore, but
yeah.
Oh, well, this has been fantastic, Norm. I think I'm always fascinated. Whenever we talk, you're just like a wealth of information. You're like, oh yeah, and then we made $1 zillion. It's so casual. And it sounds fun is what it sounds like versus, a lot of times I think as marketers, we overthink the process and we overanalyze and we over structure and formulate where you just kind of go with the flow and, make content, which is amazing. So
I'm old. I can't.
No, you're cool. There's nothing to do with being old.
Oh my God.
I'm guessing you were cool when you were younger too. So if somebody wants to learn more about you, what you do, I know, did you say you have a course on Amazon selling?
No, I don't.
Okay, we talked about
but I have a podcast about Amazon selling.
Podcast,
and so a podcast about Amazon selling. I have a course on Walmart. I have a course on retail. I have a course on everything else but Amazon. So,
but Amazon.
Yeah, but Amazon. But that's my specialty. If anybody's interested, like I've got a podcast called Lunch with Norm. It's live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But we post it a week later, edit it out. We keep the bloopers in though. My son, I leave that, because of my son. But so they come out on a regular basis. It's also on YouTube if you want to see the video. And to get a hold of me, I'm pretty much on any social platform. I also, if you want to this is the simplest. I've got like 25 different emails. Norm at AMZ, like Amazon.club.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Norm. Always super informative. And let's talk about doing a course on becoming an influencer where you can talk about all this stuff. And
I'm up for it.
I'll try it out. I buy from Amazon all the time. I'm like, I just unboxed a bunch of stuff without taping it. But it sounds like that's not even part of the process either. All you do is talk about using the product. It's fantastic. So thank you so much, Norm. Really appreciate your time, and thank you all for joining. I think this is always a lot of fun. You know, we kind of started with the Black Friday talk and kind of went into influencing, and then Amazon selling, and then
I thought we were
content creation.
supposed to be talking about optimizing. We never even got to that, but next time.
You know what? Just going through the basics. Well, like I said, I mean, just the fact, like I keep on asking, like, what's the structure of the video? What's the content of the video? And you're like, I just talk about the thing. And you're like, oh, okay. That's
no
the structure too. Yeah, no structure is the structure. You know,
but you can put that structure into ChatGPT to get out a structure. You know,
and but that doesn't. You're blowing it up without.
I know. Then it doesn't work.
Just be yourself. Be yourself. Talk about products.
That's the key.
And create lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much, Norm.
All
Thank
right,
you all for
you're
joining.
welcome.
Tune in next week. And we have who's coming on next week, Cameron? Do we know? Oh no, next week's Thanksgiving.
We're not meeting next week because it's Thanksgiving, but the following week, December 1st, we will be sitting down with Justin Rondeau.
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 Well, thank you so much, guys. Tune in a couple weeks. Justin is hilarious, so that should be a fun one. And just like this one. Thank you, Norm.
All right. Thank you.
See y'all.